Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tammy. I'm the owner of Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. A few months ago, I brought you a video of my trying to formulate my very first 100% my formula body cream. So I've been making creams and lotions for a number of years now, but usually I just take one. Usually my main one is Lotion Crafter. I got my creams recipe from them. I've maybe tweaked it here and there a little bit, but not much. And so I thought it would be fun for me to try my hand at formulating my own recipe from scratch. So I brought that video to you 2 or 3 months ago. And since then, I have been attempting my formula. And I have been doing a lot of testing. And here is the results of that. There are I'm missing one because this is number 7. I'm not sure where the one is I'm missing, but 7 tries so far to get this cream right. And I took this weird like detour and somehow I stubbornly was following this ingredient list from the Body Shop's Satsuma cream. And I'm not exactly sure why I was being so stubborn in using those ingredients and kind of using that in the probably the close to the percentages that they were using it. I don't know why I was being all stubborn with that. I ditched that. It wasn't working for me. So I just kind of I just kind of went on my own again and came up with what I feel is really good cream. Now number 7 is almost 100% perfect. And I almost didn't make any changes to it because I thought 7's good enough. But I did feel like I wanted to improve the infill just a little bit. So I did include dimethicone in the recipe, and I tweaked the percentages just a little bit from 7, but nothing major. Really the biggest change I made was adding just a little bit of dimethicone in here. So I think I'm going to be fine with keeping everything as is and not doing an 8th test, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm making a batch of it. It's the 8th version of this cream. I couldn't go below 6 ounces. So if you watch that video, and I'll try to post it up above, but I did a 12-ounce test the first time, and I know that was so wasteful. But me and really small batches, I don't like them. I don't like doing small batches. There's nothing about that I like doing. So I made myself go down to 6 ounces, and I felt like that was still large enough for me to get a handle on and use my stick blender and do everything like that, but still small enough that I wasn't wasting a ton of product. So let's do orange cream. Now I wanted to use essential oils in my formula, but from what I can tell, all of the citrusy, orange, tangerine, all of those type, I keep looking over at my essential oil, sorry. All of those are pretty, is it phototoxic? And it can cause sunburns. So I ditched the essential oil kind of where I was going, and I found Satsuma from Wholesale Supplies Plus. So that smells really nice, and that's what I've used for my 7th try. Now it is orange, you will notice, and it is like neon orange. But so how I did that was Marie at Humble BME talks about to make a product orange, you can use sea buckthorn. Now there's a sea buckthorn berry, and I think there's a sea buckthorn seed oil. So there's 2 different sea buckthorn oils. I found berry and at Lotion Crafter, so that's what I've been using. And this is a little much. This was 1.5%. I took this down to 0.75%. I just want a hint of orange. I don't want something too bold. This didn't stain skin, so that's not a problem. But yeah, I'm moving these away. Yeah, so I'm so excited to bring you this recipe. I will have it linked I'll have it in the description box before if you want to try it out and let me know what you think. But we're gonna get ready to make I haven't decided what I'm going to call it yet. So my orange cream at this point, I don't know yet. Maybe by the time I post this, I'll have a name for it. hang on, I gotta go get ready. I went ahead and weighed off and heated through my water phase and my heated oil phase. So this is water and glycerin. And in here I have Glyceryl Stearate, SE, Peg Stearate, Glyceryl Stearate, and Peg 100 Stearate. It's easier for me to just say Lotion Pro 165. Cetearyl Alcohol. I have my Meadowfoam seed oil and my orange peel butter, my IPM, and my seed buckthorn in here. So that's why it looks orange. And so now it's time to combine. And let's see. I was going to do water over into oil because that's a lot easier to pour. But I think my stick blender may be easier in my little glass container here. So I'm going to go ahead and pour oil into my water. Look at that orange color. So I did let my water heat to 170 to 175, and I did hold it there for 20 minutes. And I also weighed it and topped it off with any water loss with that heating that may have happened, and I lost about, I think about 20 grams of water. Ooh, it's hot. So I am very, very carefully trying to stick blend this. Even at the minimum, this stick blender is too powerful. I am having a time with my stick blenders here lately. But this stick blender I had to stop using for cold process soap because it is just so powerful. I ended up moving it to my lotion usage, and it's difficult when because it wants to splatter so badly. All right, guys, I'm going to shut you off. I'm just going to come back every couple minutes, try to stick blend this a little bit more as it's cooling down, and when it gets fairly cool, we're going to test the pH and see where we're at with that, because I have a feeling this is maybe a little high for my liquid Germall Plus. All right, I am going to go ahead and test the pH while we're waiting for this to cool. It's about 140, so it's still a little warm. I probably should have gone down to 5, but that's okay. So that's 10 grams, and then I'm going to top it off to go to 100. Okay, so clearly I wasn't thinking, and instead of doing like 1 gram to 10, I did 10 grams to 100. So there's 10 grams of my cream and 90 grams of water, distilled water. And so that's super wasteful. Super wasteful. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't do this thing very often. So yeah, that's my excuse. I was not thinking. All right, so I'm going to turn this on. Let me get my specs on here so I can see. Okay. The last time I did this, it seemed to take like 3 or 4 minutes for it to stop going anywhere. But it's already over 8. So this is, the pH is too high for the liquid Germall Plus. And I have a smiley face at 877. So it's just a tiny bit above where it needs to be. I'm going to drop in, I have a 50-50 citric acid and water solution. And I'm just going to, I think I'm going to use a dropper because the squeeze, I think I'm afraid I'm going to get too many drops in there at a time. So I'm just going to do maybe 3. I don't need to go much lower than it is. So I'm going to blend this in really well. Let's just do this a little bit smarter. Get a new one. And I am going to do, let's see. I need it to be deep enough for it to cover my whatever that little tip thing is. So I do need it to be a little bit more than just like 10 grams. It won't cover it. So I think I will do 5 this time. Didn't do anything. So I'm going to drop in some more citric acid. Okay. So I put 3 drops of citric acid in. I'm going to put another, I'm going to do maybe 8 because the 3 drops didn't move it at all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll try 10. Okay, 6, 8, 6. I have a smiley face. So the 10 drops were probably a bit overkill. I probably could have just stuck to another 3 to 5 drops and I would have been fine. But we're good. We are at a safe pH for my preservative. And done with this. Let me see the temperature of it. So the next thing we have to make sure is that it is under 120. Let me look at my bottle. 122. So I have on my preservative here everything I need to know. I really like doing this, and I'm always looking at these preservative bottles to see the usage rating, my pH, what it's good in, any sort of notes as far as adding it below 122. What else? It's catatonic and anionic and non-ionic water soluble. So it's good for emulsions. So I just have these notes in here, but the biggest thing I look at is this top part where it tells me the percentage, the pH, and what kind of product to use it in. I'm always referring back to that. It's very warm. Like I said, it's not at 122 for sure. It's 126, 27. So I'm going to keep blending it as best I can. I'm losing some with this stick blender, which is, you know, maddening. But I'm going to blend it as best I can because I don't want it to break on me. So I want to make sure that I have a good emulsion here. So I'm just going to continue to do that every few minutes, and I'll bring you back when it's ready to add the final cool down in. Okay, it really hasn't been very long. It's down to about 115 now. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my cool down ingredients. This is my vitamin E oil, my liquid Germall Plus, and my fragrance oil. That in that stack. Give it a couple more blends with this crazy stick blender. I think I'm done with the stick blender. And done. Ah! Alright. But I am going to let this cool down just a little bit before I start bottling it up or jarring it up. Yeah, I'm going to let it cool down a bit and let it start having a little viscosity. I don't want a lot, but I want it to have a little viscosity. I don't want it to be super, super liquid. So I'm going to just set this aside, and as soon as it's kind of cooled down just a little bit, we'll get it jarred up. All right, it is nice and thick, thicker than I meant for it to be before I start pouring, but it's right at 107. So I'm going to get it poured into jars. And hopefully this won't make a huge mess. Bring my jars up here that I've sprayed down. And you know what? I think I'm going to go get a small jar for a tester. So I'll be right back. 6, 3.5 ounces in each one. And let me see, I need to measure this off so that I can put this in my software. And almost 1.5 ounces in for a tester. I could probably scrape off a half a gram here to make that a full 1.5 ounces. Yep, there it goes, 1.5 ounces for a tester. So guys, I'm going to let these all set up and come completely to room temperature. It may even be tomorrow, and I'll give you like a product demonstration with them. But the color already is much better with halving that buckthorn oil. Okay guys, it's been a few days since I made my orange cream, and I have my little tester here, so I thought we would test with it. So this is what I have on my craft show table. I will have this open with the lid next to it so you can read what this is in, what's in it. And I do this with almost all my creams, as I have a little tester with a little popsicle stick, and I have the little short ones. This is like double this length, but they're up in my bag. And I have these sitting, like I'll have it just sitting in there like that. And then I have a little towel or a little bowl where you can put your used popsicle sticks. So there's a new popsicle stick in the cream every time. And I used to have those really pretty plastic spatula type things where you dip it out, and it was really pretty, and it looks a lot more professional, and I like the look of them much better than this popsicle stick. But you know, with everybody being a little bit more conscious of the germs and different viruses and different things, I did just go to the throwaway piece of wood to keep everybody healthy and safe. So I am going to use this and give us a test. I don't want it too much. These creams don't take much. They're thick, so they're thicker than a lotion, and so it doesn't take as much. And a cream, I think, lasts a lot longer than a lotion would. So, can I just say, this is lovely. This is lovely. All right, so my first thoughts on this, because this is the first time I've tested this number 8. This is number 8, right? This is the first time I've used this. I like it better than 7, and I think it's great. I think it's great. Now, greasiness wise, I mean, I thought about adding a little starch of sorts to it, but I just didn't. I mean, I just didn't formulate with any sort of like tapioca starch or something to kind of give it a more drier end feel. I really like it. I think that it is really nice. It's probably, I wouldn't want to go to a computer or put my glasses on or start playing with my phone right now, because clearly I just put lotion on my hands. So it's not that dry, but it's not greasy. I feel nourished, and I really like it. I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself, guys. I have spent a lot of months, a lot of months, and a lot of just work in trying to learn my products, learn my ingredients, and come up with this formula. And I'm really proud of myself. And this smells amazing too. There's that. Oh, it smells so good. I really like the smell. So that's Satsuma, right? From Wholesale Supplies Plus. Really nice in a cream. When I smelled it in the bottle, I didn't think I was going to like it that well, but I had it and I didn't have anything else, so I used it, and I'm glad I did because I really like it in the cream. So there you go. Orange cream. I only made the 4-ounce bottles in this. It holds 3.5 ounces in the 4-ounce jar. So yeah, I only made the small ones because it's more of a specialty item for this fall and winter only. So anyway, I am super proud of myself. I hope you enjoyed watching, and give it a try if you would, and let me know if you're interested in. If you would. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. You don't have to. But if you do, let me know. Thanks guys for watching. I so much appreciate that time you give me. I mean, it really, I say that every video. I know I say that every video, but gosh darn it, it's really true. I really do very much appreciate you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.